Today on My Paranormal, we're going to talk about the werewolf. In folklore, a werewolf is a beast that is half human and half wolf. The word werewolf comes from the Old English words were and wolf, which mean man and wolf. The story goes that either a curse was put on a human that he would turn into a wolf on a full moon night, or that if you were a child of a werewolf, you would remain human until you accidentally or purposely killed another human being. Then the werewolf curse shall take hold of you too. Vikings believed that if you wore the fur of an animal, it would give you the strength of them. This could have been the start of storytelling about hybrids or men with animal-like strength. At the same time, during the late Middle Ages, when people's belief in witches were taking off, lesser known is that this is also when the legend of the werewolf began. Lycanthropy is a mental condition in which one believes that he is a wolf, and thus people who had the condition were also persecuted as witches that turned into monsters. 1800s literature stated that werewolves could only be hurt or killed by using silver, thus eventually the silver bullet coming about to be the way to kill them. The first feature film to use an anthropomorphic werewolf was Werewolf of London in 1935. In this film, the actor didn't want to spend hours getting makeup put on him, so he looked more human than wolf. Remember the films in the old days where the werewolves looked more human than wolf, with just more hair on them? Still stood upright and walked and ran like humans, just faster. Well, nowadays werewolves depicted in films are more wolf-like, and the transitions from one to the other being brutal for the subject changing. The first movie to feature the transformative effect of the full moon was Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman in 1943. This correlates with the belief that the full moon makes people act crazy. Nowadays, in modern times, there still seems to be sightings of creatures that still resemble werewolves. In 1961, in Big Rapids, Michigan, a man reported hearing noises outside his home. He grabbed his gun to protect his land, but what he saw outside was a tall, hairy creature with a really bad odor. So he went back in, grabbed his camera, and started taking pictures. The pictures he took depict a tall, hairy creature that walked on two legs. The Beast of Bray Road is a cryptid said to be seen on a rural road in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Many people in the 70s and 80s reported seeing a creature that stood on two legs, but had a face like a dog and a hairy body, and a really pungent smell on the side of the road. In 2006, in Fitchburg, Wisconsin, about 2 a.m. in September, a college student reported hearing some weird popping noises. After that, he heard a scurry of birds flying and chirping, which is really rare to hear in the middle of the night. Then he felt the house and ground shaking like there was an earthquake. After the shaking, he heard a crazy loud screaming sound and thought perhaps somebody was injured in the earthquake, and ran outside to check. There was a car pulling up on the road to his house, and the headlights illuminated a figure that looked like a man standing tall with a dog head. The car coming was a police officer coming to make sure everybody was okay after the earthquake. However, he didn't see the dog man. The student reported to hear screams of the dog man for the next couple of nights. There are many more reports, too, of a dog man, many reports coming from Wisconsin and Michigan. What do you think? Have you had an experience? If so, tell your stories below. We want to hear them.